Why don't you just tell us before we get too far, though? Tell us just kind of who you are, about your wife, your kids, and what you're doing and where you're at and all that.
Yeah. Again, my name is Colin Housiel. My wife Vicky and I have. My wife Vicky. I worked out how I was going to say that, and I knew I'd get it wrong, but I got it right. My wife Vicky and I have 6 kids, ages 20 down to 7, and we homeschool. I work from home office, about 30 yards from the house, and so we're a pretty home-centered family. I think even probably more so than most. I was born and raised in Memphis. Lived there for 35 years. And I think early on in our marriage, Vicky and I talked about wanting to get out one day. She and I both loved the country, loved being out, just being out and away from all the hustle and bustle. And there's never really been anything about the city per se that's drawn me. I've never been one of those that's liked the bright lights and the hustle and bustle and all that. But anyway, early on, we decided we wanted to get out. And I guess 4 or 5 years into our marriage, that became kind of a serious quest. And then in 2008, we left Memphis and moved over here to Northeast Arkansas onto some land that's been in my wife's family for generations.
Oh, wow.
And we loved it. Haven't looked back. In fact, I tell people my only regret is that we didn't do it sooner.
Yeah. Nice. That's great. Yeah, I think that's one thing that I think is what it was. You had responded to a video I did several weeks back about the benefits. I was saying the benefits of being in a small town. It was just an impromptu video in the car. But it really was. I mean, the guy I went and found a piece for people who didn't see, I had an issue with my HVAC, or my heater technically, or whatever it is, furnace. And I thought the pilot was out. Well, they don't really use pilots, I guess, anymore. Okay. It's now like a little igniter, kind of looks like a little lightsaber. It's just totally severed, like just shattered. And so I figured that out, troubleshooting multiple hours, and texting a friend who's an electrician. And he's like, well, try this and do this. And he's like, well, did you try an HVAC guy, local guy? Because I was just going to buy on Amazon,
Right.
And obviously Amazon, you sometimes can't get around it, but sometimes you can. And ended up meeting a guy at his shop, 30 minutes, 20 minutes away. He not only knew my house, knew the owners of the house previous, who was a younger couple who fixed up the house a lot. He installed this HVAC. And so he knew exactly what it is. And we have a second unit upstairs, actually, where I am. And it's been having issues being an AC. And he's like, well, try this. I haven't tried it yet, but I will. And so just, you're not going to get that in a big town, was my point.
Right.
And you had responded to that and you say, yeah, which I appreciate, because we talked even at the conference, Fight Laugh Feast, last fall, quite a bit. And it was great to hear your story. And I think it's good to be surrounded by those, kind of like a Hebrews cloud of witnesses, right? In the sense that we're there and it's like, yeah, no, you can do it. You have that inclination, you have that desire, you think the Lord's leading you that way. No, go for it. It's all right. Do it. Don't be afraid. Press on. And I hope this conversation is that. So